Hello guys, this is FK. So once upon a time, search engines like Google became mainstream. And what they basically do is that they crawl the web and they index pages. So that when you search any item, mostly based on the keyword, they are going to give you results of websites that can help you with your search query. So let's say you're looking to buy a dog, they will give you websites that talk about dogs, talk about different dog breeds and stuff like that. If you're looking to change your tire, they're going to serve you websites that can help you, give you instructions on how to fix your tire and stuff like that. So we all know how that was, because that's the world we've been living in like almost more than 20 years now. We've been living in that world. And because Google became such a powerful tool for discovery, a lot of websites started optimizing their sites so that it can be indexed on Google. And not just indexed on Google, so that it can appear on the front page of Google. Like a 1 to 5, you search from number 1 to 5, you can see their page, you can see their website, or at least on the first page. Worst case scenario, second page, nobody goes to the third page. I don't think I've ever had to go to the third page on Google. So we had that, and the whole process of optimizing websites so that sites like Google and even other search engines that came along like Bing and less popular ones like DuckDuckGo that came around could index them. That whole practice was called search engine optimization. But now we're in a new era. And there's something different now. We now use AI chatbots for most of our searches. Almost everybody now, when you want to search for a thing, except, probably people that have not heard about AI tools till now, almost everyone, when they want to search for a thing, they go to AI chatbots. AI chatbots are taking like a huge percentage of that search pie now, like 40%. I will go on a limb, anecdotally, and say that 40% of all searches are now done through AI chatbots. And why not? Because it brings a whole lot of advantages. It can summarize, it can synthesize information from different websites and just give you exactly what you want. And you can ask follow-up questions. Unlike Google, where you just see websites and you just try to get lucky. Just hope that somebody wrote exactly what you needed. The particular edge case that you're looking for, someone writes that exact edge case. So yeah, people are going to search engine tools now. So while a lot of websites are still kind of skeptical about having their information just being farmed by this AI chatbots for their own profit, a lot of people are open to it. A good number two are open to it. They want their sites to be referenced in these AI chatbots, because when you use these AI chatbots for some specific information and it searches the web, it actually gives you links. Give you links. I was working with Gemini API, and the grounding module, which is the module that helps you search the web if you are building an application based on the Gemini API, actually mandates that you show the references. It mandates it. And even when you're using something like Google ADK, I was creating a course on the Google Agent Development Kit recently, and when I used the search tool, by the time it displays the information, it displayed it with the references. Every single website that I saw the information from, it displayed it. A lot of sites are trying to push to be recognized by these search engines and to be referenced by these search engines and to be suggested by these search engines. For example, imagine someone trying to, let's say, fix their car again, and you are recommended as one of the service shops, or you are trying to buy a particular product and certain brands are recommended to you. You want to buy a bag and certain brands are recommended to you. So some sites are on the other side of the coin and they're trying to optimize for search engines. So we've had SEO. How about GEO? Generative Engine Optimization. And while there hasn't been so much of a standard for that, a lot of people are coming up with cool things. And we're going to be looking at an article today. I tried to have a whole presentation for this, but this article is just awesome. So we're just going to go with this article written by David Diaz on something called llms.txt. llms.txt. Now, before we even look at the article, because we're not going to be reading it through, I'm just going to be like summarizing the whole thing, but we're going to be scrolling through. llms.txt is similar to robots.txt. Not in function, but just what it represents. So robots.txt was for you to kind of whitelist or blacklist crawlers, web crawlers, from crawling your website and tell them don't crawl my website, or these are the only pages you can crawl on, stuff like that. Basically blacklisting. But for AI, we now have llms.txt, which is the first standard that is being proposed for people to have their websites optimized for AI tools. So llms.txt, what it basically does is that it guides the AI. It guides the AI agents that are going to be searching your website, crawling your website, or they are going to be scraping your site. It guides them on what different parts of your website are about. So you can tell it this is where the documentation is, this is where the FAQs are, this is where the about us is. So that's what llms.txt does. And even there are two versions of this. There are two versions of this. So we have llms.txt. Let's go there. We have llms.txt, and we also have llms.full.txt. llms.txt is basically what I just described. It's telling the scraping tool or whatever these platform providers, these AI platform providers are sending to scrape these sites. It's telling them this is where this is, this is where this is, this is where this page is, this is where that page is, this is what this page is about, and this is the link to that page. That's what it's telling them. It's more like a router. But we also have llms.full.txt, and what it does is what someone like Andre Kapati was trying to suggest, that websites should now be written for agents. It should not be written for, it should be written less for humans and be written more for chatbots, because most people will most likely interact with the web through chatbots going forward. So what it does is that the entire documentation is actually in that file, in Markdown. It's written in that, the entire documentation is written in that file. And chatbots actually favor Markdown. They process Markdowns better, even in prompt engineering. When you're writing prompts for things like AI agents and stuff, it's advisable that you use Markdown for any of the formatting activities that you need to do. So we have llms.txt, and we have llms.full.txt. llms.txt is basically a router, basically like a signboard saying go here if you want to look for documentation, go here if you want to look for tutorials, go here if you want to look for sign up and stuff like that. Then llms.full.txt just bundles the whole information into one file. But in this video, we're going to be looking at llms.txt, our Generative Engine Optimization tool, which is the first proposal that has been made so far. So how do you implement it? How do you implement it? First, you create the file structure. Most of the time, people put it at the base of their website. Let's say one of the ones that we're going to be looking at, secoci.com/llms.txt. But we're going to be looking at that of Vercel too. But this is how it is basically structured. So you have like the top, header. You have the top header giving your website name. Then you give a brief description of your website, what it's all about and everything. Then you have a second level header that starts dividing your website into sections. So we say documentation. So this documentation section, for getting started, go to this link. And this is the description for getting started. For API reference, go to this link. This is the this is a description of what it does. And for tutorials, go here. Then we also have a section for examples, and we also have a section for optional resources. So yeah, so you create this file, and when you're done creating them, you can put them at the base of your website. For example, here, your website.com/llms.txt. So you can put it there. And what are the advantages of this tool? Okay, I'm still using the. What are the advantages of this tool? Get rid of this. Okay, good. Scroll up. Let's look at that. Yeah. So first we have enhanced understanding. So it provides a structured overview of your website. It gives the AI tool your own explanation. So the AI tool is not trying to make up stuff or hallucinate stuff. It gives it your own organizational structure. So that's the first thing. Efficient information retrieval, so that the AI can know where to get specific information. It knows where your sign up information is. It knows where your tutorials are and stuff like that. Improved contextual understanding. So you get to explain your website to the AI tool. You get to explain it so that it doesn't go and say one kind of stuff about your service, your SaaS, or your website that's not true. Also, better user experience, because with all this stuff, it leads to more accurate and context-aware responses. And also, it overcomes context limitations. You can use it for context engineering for your AI, so that it can know where to find the right information. So those are the advantages of llms.txt. Now, llms.txt is not automatically recognized right now. So what most people do is that there's this website where you can find llms.txt files. Yeah, the llms.txt hub. So you can upload your llms.txt there. This should be a link to it. Yeah. So you can upload yours here. So people can find, people that want to make use of your information can find it here. People that want to improve their AI tools with your information can find it here. And hopefully one of these days it's directly supported. But I won't believe that a lot of AI providers are aware of this, and some of them will try to be crawling this already. So, but for now, you can just put it in this registry so that it will be discoverable. So this is the closest we have to it being discoverable for now. Now let's check out let's look at some llms.txt files in production. Let's see the one for CircleCI. circleci.com/llms.txt. Okay, so here is CircleCI llm.txt. Let us bring it up. Yep. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so as you can see here, we have CircleCI, and we have some description about the website, CircleCI explaining what they're all about. CircleCI is a cloud-native continuous integration and delivery platform that enables software teams to automate builds, yada, 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 yada. Engineering teams use CircleCI to improve development. So you get the kind of descriptions you put here. Then we have a key features section, which points the LLMs to where they can get information on things like product overview, execution environment, orbs, auto-scaling, and stuff like that. Orbs are like CircleCI module. And I'm saying that because I wrote a bunch of articles as a guest author with CircleCI for a while. So yeah, orbs are pretty cool. In case you are using CircleCI, you want to check that out. Then getting started, there's a getting started section. So there's the getting started guide, pricing guide. Then there's a section for developers where you have the developer orb, the documentation itself, orbs registry where you find all the orb modules, Docker images, API, version 2, documentation, CircleCI CLI. So a whole bunch of stuff. As you can see, this is a multi-million-dollar company already using llms.txt. So you know that it's not just something that some people it's not a hobby project. Yeah, Vercel also has. I'm trying to remember where Vercel, let me see if I can Google it. Vercel llms.txt. Vercel's llms.txt is not at the root. So yeah, oh, awesome. So this is for Vercel. So you see, llms.txt are already in production. They're already in production. And CircleCI even wrote an entire article on it, explaining how they are using it to help for their generative engine optimization. So yeah, if you are interested in optimizing your website for how chatbots read it, how chatbots use it, how chatbots serve its information to the public, you want to check out llms.txt, because in this age of AI and LLM chatbots being the default touch point for a lot of people now for their search queries, llms.txt is the first standard that is coming up to solve the problem of optimizing your websites to be indexed, to be searched, to be scraped by AI chatbots. Now, if you're not interested in it, ignore it. If you don't want AI chatbots around your website, ignore this. In fact, I'm waiting for a standard that is going to directly block AI chatbots from actually scraping some websites. So if that comes up, definitely I'm going to review it also. But for now, this is for the guys that want to actually take advantage of optimizing their websites for AI chatbots. I want to take advantage of whatever benefits comes from AI chatbots correctly interpreting their information. llms.txt is one of the ways to go.